Assam has become the latest BJP-run state to deliver bulldozer justice or injustice. In the course of a month, 3 madrasas demolished following the arrest of individuals linked to those madrasas on terror charges. Now, to be clear, anyone found guilty of terror or of any crime has to obviously be punished as per law. But this kind of bulldozer Raj rapidly spreading across BJP-run states from UP to MP to Gujarat and now Assam has raised serious questions of the misuse of law. On what legal grounds does someone who is accused mind you, not even convicted, have their homes or established demolished? And why is it almost always that those who are targeted are either Muslims or ideological or political rivals of the ruling regime? When the government says they aren't demolishing because of vendetta or bigotry, but because those structures were illegal or unsafe, why is it that that discovery of illegality comes immediately after the person is booked for a completely different offence? Is the state following the rule of law or delivering a kind of vigilante justice to its critics? In a letter to the Chief Justice of India in the aftermath of the most recent set of bulldozer demolitions in Uttar Pradesh, targeting those protesting against comments made against the Prophet by BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma, a group of former judges and top lawyers wrote, "The coordinated manner in which the police and authorities have acted leads to the clear conclusion that demolitions are a form of collective extrajudicial punishment, which is illegal." Those troubling questions have resurfaced with the Assam demolitions targeting madrasas. Here the charges are serious. The men linked to those madrasas are not protesters or government critics, but charged with terror. Even so, on what grounds are the structures being demolished? Is the due process of law being followed, or is this, as the former judges say, extrajudicial punishment? We examined each of Assam's 3 demolitions closely to find this. Number 1, these were demolished days after the terror suspects were arrested. But there is official confusion on why they were demolished. The Chief Minister has repeatedly linked the demolitions to the drive against terror. But government orders cite safety hazards and illegal encroachment. The madrasas were demolished with barely 24 hours notice, again raising questions over whether this is state-sponsored quote-unquote vigilante justice. Let's take each of those examples one by one. Let's start with the first demolition. This takes place in the Jami-ul Huda Madrasa in Moregaon district, Assam. Here's the chronology. July 27th, madrasa official arrested on terror charges. Just 7 days later, a demolition notice is issued. And on the next day itself, the madrasa is bulldozed. Contradictory reasons emerging from the Assam government. Government sources saying that the demolition was under the Disaster Management Act. The Chief Minister says the demolition was linked to jihadi activities.
Under UAP Act and Disaster Management Act, because this building was there without permission from local panchayat.
Under UAPA and Disaster Management Act, says the Chief Minister. Which one is it? Demolition number 2, let's look at it. Jamia-ul Huda Academy Madrasa in Barpeta, Assam. Again a similar chronology. August 27th, the madrasa officials are arrested on terror charges. 2 days later, a demolition notice issued to the madrasa, and on the same day itself, the madrasa bulldozed. Again, contradictory reasons. The officials say it was demolished on grounds of illegal encroachment, the Chief Minister linking it to terrorism.
We have today morning evicted Dehalpara Madrasa in Barpeta district. The primary reason was that from that madrasa, no academic activity was primarily running. That madrasa was used for training of Al-Qaeda, training camp of Al-Qaeda. Apart from that, that madrasa was constructed unauthorizedly. So in the morning we have evicted that madrasa. This is the second madrasa we have evicted because of the fact that those institutions were not running as madrasa but as a terrorist hub.
Running as a terrorist hub, says the Chief Minister. Demolition number 3, Markazul Ma'arif Quraniya Madrasa, brought down in Bongaigaon, Assam. Again, the chronology the same. 26th August, the madrasa official arrested on a terror charge. 4 days later, a demolition notice issued, and on the next day itself, the madrasa bulldozed. Again, contradictory explanations coming in. The government order says demolition under the Disaster Management Act. The Chief Minister, the demolition is because of jihadi works going on in the madrasa.
Our only intention is to see that madrasas are not used by any jihadi element. But if we got specific inputs on any madrasa, in the guise of madrasa, the institution is being used for expanding jihadi activity, anti-India activity, then we are going to take strongest possible action in each and every cases.